Yeah, so when I first started making beats, the only person I knew who was doing music was my boy G. Yeah, I just hit him up. I was like, yo, I'm making music now. Let's lock in. Just went from there. And for advice to someone getting into the music industry, I don't know, I'd say just network. That's the number one thing, just network. Just meet as many people as you can, get your name out there. When I was first starting out, I was supposed to have a song with this Toronto artist, and he was getting like M Honcho to feature on it. So at the time, that was like a huge deal for me. I was like going crazy, telling everyone, like I had already signed the paperwork for it and everything. And I was just like telling everyone, like, oh, I got a song with M Honcho coming out, da 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 da. And then the album drops, and he didn't have the song with M Honcho. So I guess he was having like issues clearing the song. But that just kind of like taught me not to like get too excited about stuff until it actually happens. Bared people in the city: Smiley, YG, LB Spiffy, Hood Baby Peppa, Mula First, Lava, literally everybody in the city. 42 Doug, OGZ, Cash Cobain. 3 artists I'd love to work with in the future: obviously the boy. I feel like Yeet would be pretty dope. And probably Low Shimmy. Low Shimmy's pretty dope. Probably Trapman, just because it's the last one that dropped.
Rich nigga came out of housing. Strip club just still a couple thousand. Can't count it, nigga got content. On the charts, but I still try you ounces.
Making beats too complex. I feel like just keep it simple. Simple is always better. Networking like crazy, just being out there, meeting people, shaking hands, kissing babies. That's probably the number one thing. Obviously, like nowadays you can go link people on like Instagram and stuff, but I feel like meeting them in person is always better. Depends on like what type of producer you want to be. If you want to just be like a loop guy, just in your house sending out packs to different producers, obviously it's not as important. If you're trying to be like a little bit more out there, build a brand, I'd say it's pretty important. A moment that stands out the most to me in my producing career would probably be seeing Drake sing along to one of my songs when he was on stream. That was pretty crazy. If I was gonna start from scratch, the first 3 things I would do would be probably meet some good engineers in your city that can get you in with some good artists, lock in with some other producers that you see that are actually like getting placements, and make sure your Instagram looks good. Just get some good photos on there, make sure the branding's on point. My first version of Fruity Loops, probably, I think it was Fruity Loops 10. Now it's on like 25. I don't even have 25 though. I'm on like 24, I think. Before I landed my first song, I probably made like 300-400 beats. I don't even know. The top 3 producers that have influenced how I make beats would probably be Scott Storch, OVO 40, and Boy Wonder. Growing up, my 3 favorite artists were Biggie, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre. One of the things that caught me off guard when I got in the music industry was how long it takes to get paid, especially for like publishing and royalties and stuff like that. It can take like 6 months to a year before you start seeing money from that. And even advances from labels, sometimes the labels, you have to get on them a little bit, you know? It takes a few months for them to send the advances. If I could work with any rapper who's passed, I would say Young Dolph. I feel like my beats would fit him really well. The most classic Toronto track I've ever made is probably Young Lava, It's My Turn freestyle.
Run a nigga down on his own block. Lava, he hot like the stove top. I'm whipping up the pot on the stove top. Then I let it off in the old block.
That track came about too, like, I didn't even know I had made the track. I was just literally scrolling Instagram and I saw his post and I was listening to it. I was like, yo, wait a sec, this is my beat. I was like, yo, this is crazy. So I hit him up. I was like, yo, bro, this is my beat, blah, blah, blah. We sorted things out, but I feel like that track went crazy. That was kind of the first track that put me on the map in the city. So how I started working with Smiley, I just found his music on YouTube, was a super big fan. I ended up meeting the guys at Diamond Factory. I was like locked in with them, doing a bunch of sessions with all their artists, and they were working with Smiley at the time, and they just made the link and went from there. Just make sure you're authentic. I like working with guys who are authentic, and the music's dope. They're hardworking. They're on top of their shit. They're really trying to do something big with the music. I like working with producers who can do it all. Like, they can make sick melodies. They're good with drums. They're good with arrangement. They have a good ear. Just overall good at everything. I think that's better than if you're just like, I only do drums or I only do melodies. When I found I got nominated for a Juno, I was more excited to like tell like my parents and like my aunts and uncles and like the older people in my family, just cause that's something that they actually know about. Like if I tell them like some rapper I'm working with, they're not gonna know who that is.